How can you make somebody else pay your estate tax bill? I'm Michael Redden, and if you have any questions or comments about this topic, please put them down below. If you'd like to plan with me, click on the link and schedule a planning meeting. So, if you didn't know about it, if you do have to pay the estate tax, you can make somebody else pay it for you. It's a pretty simple concept. The estate tax is a risk just like anything else in your life, and you can kind of insure against it. We buy life insurance to replace our income and to take care of these kinds of things if we were to pass away. We can do the same thing for the estate tax. But what we don't want to do is have the life insurance, if it gives you out $3 or $4 million, be included in that calculation of the estate tax bill. So what we like to do is we'll get a trust. It's an irrevocable trust called an irrevocable life insurance trust. Commonly also probably known as an ILIT. So if you hear people talk about those things, that's kind of what they're talking about. And what's special about this trust is that it can buy and it can own life insurance. It may have those other features that will protect people from their creditors, that might have special needs issues and things kind of in it if your heirs end up having that. But the big thing is that you're going to have it buy a life insurance policy. And you're going to give the trust the premiums, and then the trust is going to pay it, and it's going to keep those things up. You don't own the policy. You can't get the policy back out. You can't go and surrender the cash value, do anything like that. We're keeping this policy away from you. It needs to be outside of you so it can be outside of your estate. And that's the primary purpose of the trust. But, long story short, when you pass, or if you buy certain types of policies when your spouse passes after you do, the death benefit comes into the trust, and it'll be managed primarily the same way that anything else in your estate plan would. You can talk about how it can be spent to benefit the heirs, do all those kinds of things. But the real kicker is you can have it pay the estate tax. And let's look at this really closely. You know, if you have, depending on what your wealth level is, you could have hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars in estate tax liability. I'm willing to wager that the total premiums you pay over the lifetime of a life insurance policy are going to be significantly lower than that kind of a bill. So you basically have gotten the life insurance company to pay for your estate tax, to also provide liquidity in case you need to do anything in probate, do anything for settling and setting up trusts, hiring those experts. It also will help you have a bigger legacy for your family because whatever you save from that, whatever isn't paid through that piece, is actually going to remain in that trust sheltered and create that legacy. So keep that part in mind. If you happen to have a large enough estate that you're going to have an estate tax issue, one of the other strategies that we can use is to put life insurance inside of a trust. Most of the other tactics that we're going to do delay paying the bill, or they make the bill lower. This one actually plans for you to pay for the bill and probably have a lot more left over. It enlarges your estate and enlarges your legacy. So keep that piece in mind, and if you have any other questions about this, put it in the comment below. If you want to plan with me, click on the link in the description or go to reddenlawoffice.com and schedule a meeting.